Good morning, James. How are you today?
Doing good, Nancy. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I first want to thank you for willing to provide some of your time to me and talk about the current lending market in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Certainly, the area of real estate is, having some challenges these days based on, the current conditions. And so your expertise is going to be welcome for people who want to view this video and get some perspective on the market. So today I am interviewing James Garcia, who is a loan officer with Creative Lending Corporation. And our topic is he's going to be talking about perspectives on the real estate market in Albuquerque. And I have mailed him several questions that I've given him a chance to take a look at the questions I'm interested in, and he's going to provide a response to those questions. The first one is, if I'm a buyer, what are the opportunities available right now?
Well, right now there are many opportunities for buyers with low interest rates. Buyers can afford more home. In addition, there are still Home Ready, Home Possible, and FHA loan programs that offer low down payment options. Of course, if you're a VA buyer, you can get in with zero down, FHA 3.5% down, and then our Home Ready and Home Possible programs allow a buyer to get in with 3%. That money can also be gifted by family members if they don't have the money.
Mhm.
So those are some of the great opportunities that buyers have right now. And right now we have historic interest rates with 30-year fixed rate mortgages going as low as 1.99%.
I don't think any of us have been alive to see that rate ever. So
Yeah.
it's amazing.
So
Does MFA what is MFA's options and their opportunities right now?
So there are MFA programs out there that offer a $500 down uh, payment for buyers. It's really in combination with an FHA loan. So MFA lends the buyer the down payment assistance. They do, however, put a second lien on the home,
Hmm.
and it's usually called a silent second. But it allows the buyer to get in with just $500 down. There are very many restrictions with an MFA loan. A lot of the buyers would have to maintain the home, depending on the grant, anywhere from 5 to 10 years. So there are some restrictions. Sometimes it is better if you have a family member that can gift you the money to do a loan without MFA. Also, the interest rates with MFA are quite a bit higher. So that's something to consider when doing an MFA loan.
Hmm. Oh, thank you. Okay, another question is, if I'm a seller, what does the current market mean to me?
Well, right now, if you're a seller, it's a great time to sell your home and get the best price for your home because of the lack of inventory in Albuquerque. Sellers should be prepared to offer some closing cost assistance to buyers because right now during COVID-19, a lot of the lenders are charging significant points to get a mortgage. So that is one of the challenges that we're having in the mortgage industry right now, are the pricing for these mortgages. Interest rates are really low, but it is costing a few points. And this past week, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac instituted a half a point hit to pricing for refinances. So that is creating a little bit of a challenge for us right now. Some lenders are stepping up and adjusting some of their pricing modules to kind of make up for that because obviously we want to keep the business going and the economy going.
How long do you think that's going to be hanging around? Any idea?
Well, it all depends on what happens with COVID-19. COVID-19 is definitely having an impact on the economy, and so it's making investors a little nervous about buying mortgage-backed securities. Most mortgage-backed securities right now are being bought by the federal government. They kind of committed to
Hmm.
buying these loans from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac for the meantime. However, investors are still a little nervous, and the banks are nervous. Obviously, they don't want to end up with a lot of foreclosures, so they've really cut back on a lot of the programs that they had and ease of getting a loan. So they've made it much more difficult to obtain a mortgage.
Yeah. So a little reminiscent of the 2006, 7, 8, 9 housing debacle, right?
Yes, yes. In fact, now I think they're a little more strict than they were back then.
Mm-hmm.
They really are anticipating that this could get bad with a lot of foreclosures, and with the new rules that the federal government has, with the banks maintaining a certain liquidity in their in their business, they have to be very careful on how they lend.
Yeah, they recognize and remember the history of
Yes.
the 2000s. You're right. Okay, what do you expect to see happen over the next 90 days?
Well, because of COVID-19, in the next 90 days, it could be very critical because of the virus and the U.S. economy along with it, and a historical presidential election that is coming up. I think it's going to be a lot of uncertainty on what could happen with the market, and I see that lenders are still going to hold on to their current COVID-19 overlays. I think pricing is going to be very volatile over the next 90 days because of the uncertainty. And as I think that COVID-19, if we can get it under control, I think that will change a lot of the the uncertainty. And I think if that happens, I think market conditions for pricing with mortgages will start to improve. But that's only if we can start getting the economy back and running and COVID-19 a little bit more under control. That really is driving everything that's happening right now.
James, what are COVID overlays?
Well, COVID overlays that the lenders have instituted are they've limited credit score requirements. So most lenders now are not lending under a 640 mid score. A lot of them are not giving bonus income. So if you get bonus income, they're not allowing that income to be counted as part of your income. They're requiring employers to submit letters that their jobs are going to continue before they'll lend to them. There's a variety of lenders and of COVID-19 overlays that are varying between lenders. So
they're unique to each lender, perhaps.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Do you have any perspective or insight to share on how homeowners in forbearance may impact the market in the coming 6 to 9 months?
Well, I think that it's all going to be dependent on Americans getting back to work. If they continue to take forbearance, we may start to see more short sales and foreclosures over the next probably 12 months. We're probably going to start seeing a lot of more of that activity that's reminiscent to the housing crash. But because of the current lack of inventory in most places, I think that sales should still remain strong, at least through the first and second quarter of 2021.
And what do you expect to see in the real estate market over the next 6 to 12 months?
I still see that the real estate market is going to continue to grow. I think that we're going to continue to see home values continue to rise. Inventory is low. We may see a little bit of a slowdown during the holidays, but I think once the holidays are past, I think inventory is going to still be low, and I think prices are still going to go up. I think what's going to drive the housing market right now are those low interest rates, and I do anticipate that the interest rates are going to continue to fall at least through the first quarter of 2020.
Okay, 20 or 21?
Oh, 21, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I say we already passed 20.
Yeah, 21.
Right. Well,
I guess I want to start the year over again, right from the beginning. I don't think any of us want that. So
no, right. It's taken us, everyone has had to make incredible adjustments professionally, business-wise, lifestyle, everything nationwide. It is something that none of us ever expected. And well, I appreciate, your contributions. I think it's going to be very helpful for people to hear those kinds of, um, the information and where the market is going, where it currently is from a bona fide great lender. I would like to then close off by saying that I am Nancy Stewart, and I am a realtor with Realty One of New Mexico in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I would like James to tell us where we can find him.
So I'm James Garcia, and I'm with Creative Lending Corporation. And if you need a home mortgage, I'd be more than happy to help any of you. And you can reach me at 505-440-4777.
You want to repeat that again?
Sure. And that number again is 505-440-4777.
And I will equally share my phone number as well. It's 505-350-2418. And again, 505-350-2418. Thank you very much, James. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too, Nancy.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.